Today we're going to have just a little bit of a background on polar bears and a polar bear blessing for our 12 days of magical meditations. So sit back and get comfortable. This is all about inner strength. First, you may or may not know this, but polar bears are not actually white. They're blue. But their fur is hollow, which gives them a camouflage to blend into their background, which is white. So they do have that whitish hue to the blue. And I'm going to tell you later why that's really important for us to think about. Now, polar bears move very much human-like. They can stand, walk, they sit very human-like. And the Inuit people would often focus on polar bears as a god. Not that they thought of them specifically as a god, but they would sort of think about a polar bear god, a specific polar bear god. And the polar bear god was really just about initiating. So when the Inuit people found themselves in transition and struggle, they would invoke the polar bear god, and it would be in ceremony, and it was beckoning them for support and strength and transformation. There are words that are connected with polar bears as far as symbolism, and I want you to say them out loud after I do, and let's just pretend for a moment that we are creating our own ceremony right now. Wisdom, power, strength, playfulness, adaptability, survival. And I told you I was going to tell you a little bit about why the color of the polar bear matters, and I think it's important to feel okay to blend in. You know, a lot of times we are trying to set ourselves apart. But I think there's a safety in blending in. There's a safety in community. There's a safety in what some people would say is a tribe or friendship groups or support. There's a safety in that. To be a part of something that is bigger than what we are, which helps us actually to emerge more individually, as I say that a little bit strange, individually, and with more power. So there's safety in numbers, but when we are in a supportive group, when we are, like we are right now, connecting and I hope caring about each other and wishing the best for each other, I think it's important to know that when we have that support, we can be more ourselves and we can be more in our truth. So blending in and looking one way on the surface, but knowing that there's another part of us that's our true colors is very important. No matter how challenging the conditions, my blessing for you is that we find ourselves within and know that we have what it takes to survive, to have wisdom, to have power, to have playfulness, survival, adaptability, and strength. And because we have what it takes to survive, and because we have all of this, we can close our eyes and just think about a polar bear. And it doesn't mean that we have to think of the polar bear as our god or even a symbol religiously or spiritually, but we could just think of the polar bear symbolically as a strength, a beacon of strength, and know that there is this beauty that we often don't see below the surface, like the hollow of the fur. And so for today, this is a short blessing. This is the polar bear blessing. And I would love to hear back from you how this felt for you, just to know that we have this nature within us. And when we connect more to the nature that's around us and we're more aware, we can learn so much, not only about the world around us, but ourselves as well. And every time I do any kind of research for anything that I offer up or something that I've researched in the past, it changes me dramatically often. And I feel like it's beautiful. Sometimes it can be scary, but mostly beautiful. So I hope it's the same for you with anything that you find out on your own that you want to share with me, or anything that we share together.